This finna be good. Yeah, I'll be in here in a minute. Yeah, I don't think I left nothing
Yeah,
out.
I edited this year, so I ain't worried about it.
Okay then. Yeah, they finna turn up. Give me about 5 minutes. Oh, it was something else I wanted to ask you. I forgot.
You probably should have turned your camera.
Do you wanna go this way?
I think you'd get more space. No. Don't talk about
Side, but see
side.
on YouTube it don't show it like the
Okay, I
angle.
got you.
Yeah,
That black stuff.
yeah.
That's why I tried to tell my friend, but YouTube suggests that we go that way, but I tried to tell my friend that.
Yeah, cause the way it show. Cause I tried that one time and somebody was like, turn your camera back this way.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, Ping, what it do? What it do? Infidera, what's up, family? Oh yeah, AJ, what's up? Boy, I got a dope interview for you, boy. Yes, sir. Yeah, what going on? Get off anything, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button when you come through the door and share the live, share the live. Yeah, we in this damn thing for real. What going on, y'all? Hey, now what's up, Nicole? What's up, Nicole? Tamika, what it do? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What's up, Global Gang? Yeah, we in here. What's up, Juvie? 229 in the building, boy. What's up? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, I got a good one for y'all today. Y'all get to hear what go on in the female prison from the female perspective. This the first time, first interview. I done interviewed a woman on the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all get to see what go on, how they be rocking in there. It get so good. I'm gonna even tell y'all what let her tell y'all about the pipe, not the pack. The pike in that damn thing. Yes, sir. What going on? What going on? Y'all shut alive. Hit that like button, man. I ain't got enough of them yet. Come on with it. Yeah. We in here. Give y'all a couple more minutes to get off in here. Why? What going on? Hey, go on, tell them your channel. They want to know your channel.
My channel, Trees Walk. I'm on YouTube. I'm Trees Walk, so it's simple. But on TikTok, I'm Trees Walk. I got another channel, Trees Walk too. So I'm on both channels. I go back and forth. So, but my YouTube is Trees Walk. My TikTok, Trees Walk, and Trees Walk 2, number 2. Yeah. So that's how you can find me.
Make sure y'all go subscribe right now. TikTok and YouTube, go on get in with her right now. Go on subscribe right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay then. We gonna jump right into this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know this is Tree. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give them a little background about yourself and, you know.
All right, so a lot of y'all probably already know me. You know, I talk with a little slang twang because I'm Southern. So anyway, I was born in St. Petersburg. When my mom, she had me in St. Petersburg. I think we went to Georgia in my younger adolescent years. So when we got to Georgia, I stayed there a few years till my mom deceased. Then I was kind of from home to home with my aunts and them. They really couldn't do nothing with me because I wouldn't say rebellious, but I was type of kind of like that free spirit. If it wasn't my mom, I wasn't even on it. So I was doing my own thing, and I just started getting in trouble around by 8.
Ooh, 8.
Yeah,
okay,
by 8.
Then. Okay then. So, you know, being from Florida, you know what I'm saying, the correction system down there, down in Florida is pretty different. But okay, so you start getting in trouble at a young age. What was it like the first time you got incarcerated?
Well, the first time I got incarcerated, I think I was around about 9 years old. When I was 8, I stole a car, but I didn't get caught. But I was around about 9 years old, and I think I went in the store, and I took something out the store, but my little sister tried to take the rap for me. And you know, my uncle, he was the police of Monticello. I was in Monticello then. He was the police. He always been the chief of police in Monticello. So when it happened, and the people caught us in the store. They really didn't catch me. They caught them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did take it. So my little sister tried to take the rap. My uncle was like, nah, she ain't do that. I already know Tree did that. So he did arrest me. They took me to the detention center. So when I first walked up in there, you know, everybody was in a little gang and everything. So I'm standing by myself now. I'm a tomboy.
Yeah.
I always been a little tomboy. So I'm looking at them. They looking at me. I'm like, yeah, you run up on me if you want to. I'm going to fight everybody up in here. Because ain't none of y'all finna run up on me like that. So, you know, I think they got the message because of the demeanor I had as a little girl. I wasn't playing. I wasn't messing off. You wasn't even finna try me like that. So that right there kind of shifted the trajectory of my mindset. I'm like, okay, ain't nothing to this. You feel what I'm saying? I like to do what I do. I like to steal. I like to go up in these people's house and do what I do, because I was still going up in houses like 9 and 10. Now I stole my car when I was 8, but by 9 and 10, I just walked up in somebody's house and took their wallet off the table. And it was easy. So when I went to JDC, I was like, man, this easy, man. This Kate. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this because this Kate. So it really didn't faze me. It didn't scare me. None of that. It kind of just like solidified in my mind like, oh, okay, ain't nothing to this. I can fight. They run up on me. I'm going to hurt one of them. They going to get the message. And I'm going to have it easy breezy. So
Yeah, okay. Okay, that was, hey, I thought I was lit, yo, but you was lit way for me. Okay then. So, when you caught the case that you caught, which sent you to prison for 27 years, walk me through that, like how that went.
Well, yeah, that was like me and my co-defendant. I had met this white boy named Chris in the juvenile detention center. Now, I was already getting in trouble. I was stealing cars, I was robbing houses, and I was doing it solo. Met the white boy named Chris. You know, he kind of acted like he was a little black. So I was digging, and I was like, okay, that's what's up. So when we got out of the juvenile detention center, they sent us both to a program, co-ed program. You check in 3 times a week, but you go home every day. So I walked up in there, and he was in there. So they was calling out the names and everything. And when I wasn't paying attention till they said, hey, Chris Watson. And they called his name, and I looked. And I said, boy, what's up? He was like, hey, Tree, man. So we started talking. He was like, hey, man, you know what? My dad was in the Army, and his dad was detective of St. Pete Police Department, too. He said, my dad got a showcase of guns. I said, oh, I don't get down with that, Chris. I don't do nothing with guns. He was like, oh, okay. So what really made me start hanging with Chris is that him and this black boy got into it. And I was trying to see where his heart was at. So when the black boy ran up on him, Chris was like, hey, what's up? Ain't nothing between us but air and opportunity. Then he said, and that's gone. And the black boy piped down, and I was like, okay, let's ride, boy. So he had some heart. So we started breaking in houses, stealing cars and everything, and we was doing it for years. So one day we in the car, we done broke in this house. We coming off the interstate. While we coming down, the police coming up. Me and the cop lock eyes. Now I'm driving, Chris over there. They start chasing us. Man, they got us on the high speed chase. Them sirens, they blaring. We gone. So your boy is sitting over here, and I'm telling him, I'm coaching him. I'm like, Chris, now check it out. I'm going to go by these semi-trucks, boy. I'm going to slow down. You jump out. Roll up under the car. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to let them chase me because I know I got that speed on feet. He jump out. He roll up under the truck and get caught.
No.
They stopped chasing me and start chasing him. And I looked in the rearview mirror and I was like, dang, this boy that got caught. When he got caught, his daddy, being a detective of St. Pete Police Department, got all the information out of Chris. Chris told everything. The people ain't even know my name, y'all. The people thought I was a boy all these years. They thought I was a boy, except when I get caught, they know I'm a girl. But I'm saying when I was doing these crimes, I had hair down my back. I'll pull my hair up, put it in a do-rag, throw a hat up, put it in one of them, throw a hat on, and be bopping like a little boy. So every time a suspect called in, they said it's a little white boy and it's a little black boy. They never knew I was a girl. Chris got caught, put my name out there, and the reason he knew my real name, because we met in JDC and we went to a program together. We had to wear name tags, so he knew my name. Told his daddy. Daddy ran the name. When he ran the name, of course it's gonna come up because I done been in the system. He was like, oh yeah, that girl right there. So anyway, he laid it all out for his daddy. They put a warrant out for my arrest. They was looking for me. They couldn't catch me. One day I called my counselor, and she was like, you coming in today? But she kept trying to hold me on the phone, and I was like, nah, I ain't coming in. My stomach hurt. She was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me look in the file. I need to ask you something. And I was listening to her, but I heard the phone kept clicking. I say, nah, and I hung up the phone. Soon as I hung up, I heard, you know, the police cars coming in, stopping on. And I look around, and I say, oh, hell nah. So they started getting out the car. My boy, Detective White, I done had a lot of, you know, little run-ins with Detective White. He be in a segregation room every time I come to JDC. That's Juvenile Detention Center. He'll be back there. He wear alligator shoes all the time. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I look down. I ain't even look at the face. When I looked down and saw them alligator shoes, I said, that's Detective White. I ain't even want to look in the man's face. He was like a dad to me. So he looked at me. He said, come talk to me. I say, nope. He said, Tree, come talk to me because you got a warrant out for your arrest. You got to turn yourself in. I said, not today. I said, you chase me, I'm going to blow you. I'm going to run. He said, I already know. I ain't got time to chase you. So I started walking out. He ain't do nothing to me. So a few months after that and everything, you know, they still had the warrant out for my arrest. And then they came up on me. The whole squad came up on me. And, you know, they was trying to get a little cocky and aggressive. So I looked around, and I'm not the type to fight the police. But when I looked around and seen, you know, them trying to get cocky and aggressive, I say, you know, I start bucking too. Like, nah, I ain't used to this right here. So I seen Detective White drive up in the civilian car. He got out nicely dressed. And he said, Tree, let me talk to you. I say, call them now. He said, come here, let me talk to you. I said, nah, call your boys down. So he told them, he said, y'all go, let me handle it. I got her. So they act like they ain't want to go. I say, call them down. And I'm not going to talk. So he said, everybody go. He said, let me handle it. They go. So everybody started pulling off. So when it was just me and him. He was standing behind me. So I was walking, and I was walking slow. I wasn't going to run. I was listening to what he was saying. So he say, Tree, he say, listen to me. And I was slowly walking. He said, God got a plan for you. I froze. He say, God don't want you to keep doing this. Now, when he said God name, everything in me got still because I had a relationship with God. He had touched me when I was a little girl. So I stopped when he said God name because I had much respect for him because that was my father. That was the only father I ever known. I didn't have parents in the Bible tell you. I ain't trying to preach. But when mother and father forsake you, God will take care of you. That's the only father I ever known all my life. When he said God got a plan for you, I froze. And he said, God don't want you out here doing this. Tears start falling. He said, God gonna turn it around for you. Man, I felt the Holy Ghost shoot through me. He said, Tree, I want you to know God wants you to go ahead on and surrender and get this behind you. Because he said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what God got planned for you. And them tears was falling. I said, okay, yes, sir. And I turned around and then I put my hand behind my back. And he said, I ain't gonna put no cuffs on you, just get in the car with me. I got in the front seat with him. He said, you hungry? I said, no, I'm just ready to get it over with. So he took me to Juvenile Detention Center. And from there, you know, Chris Watson daddy had stacked a lot of charges on me. Now, it wasn't much Detective White can do about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because he going by what Chris telling him. So when I get to the Juvenile Detention Center, I'm 15. All right, I'm about 2 weeks shy of 16. So I sat there. When I turned 16, they adjudicated me as an adult, sent me to the county jail, said I had to go in front of that judge. I sat there for a little minute, and then after that, they took me to court, and they say, you facing 40 years of life. I say 40 years of life. So I asked the public defender, because I didn't have an attorney. I say, why 40 years of life? And he was like, man, they trying to say that y'all robbed the old people, hit people older than 65 and everything. I say, I ain't never hit nobody older than no 65, man. He say, well, Tree, this is the way that Detective Watson put it. He put it that when y'all broke into the people's house, not y'all, me, when I broke into the people's house that was older than 65, that was an assault to their character, an assault to this. I say, nah, it don't work like that. They were not home. Nobody touched them. I say, he trumping charges now to get his son out of it. So he was like, you know, we ain't nothing we can really do about what you charged with. We could just try to talk with the judge to have mercy to lessen your sentence, but I can't change the charge. I say, it's all good. So anyway, we standing in front of the judge, and that's when he said to me, he say, I tell you what, he say, you facing 40 years of life. The judge gave him 5 minutes to give me a plea bargain. He said, come on, let me talk to you. We got 5 minutes to make a decision. I say, 5 minutes to make a decision. I said, what's on the table? He say, 25-year plea bargain. And I said, dang, man. I said, ain't no different than 40 years of life. 25 years.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he said, at least you young and you got a chance to get out at least. And I was like, okay, let's go with that. So that's when they sentenced me to that. Now, I went up the road, and we can come back to the prison things too.
Okay.
I went up the road and I did do that time. But then, after doing that time, I got my behind out, turned right back around, went out 3 months, and got locked up again. Got my behind locked up again. So, you know, that's how that right there went. Now, the second time, that's when things shifted for me.
Okay. So on your way to prison, actually, you know what I'm saying, from catching that charge, you know what I'm saying, whatever charge it was to get you to 27 years, that bus ride when you just knew, okay, I'm on my way to chain gang, but it's up. Like, what was the emotion then while you were taking that trip?
Okay, so the first time, I'm going to give you both emotions, first and second. The first time, I was like, my heart was hardened. Not against God, but against just life. You know, I wasn't bitter. My heart was just hard and it was numb. Like, okay, I ain't leaving nobody behind. Like, I've been fending for myself since I was a little girl. So, it ain't like I'm leaving no family behind. It ain't like I'm leaving nobody I love behind. So, I was in my head. I was like, okay, Lord, I know I deserve what, you know, the whole ride there, I was taking accountability with God. Like, I know I did this. I know I was wrong for doing this, Lord. And so I'm thinking now, like, okay, all right, this is what I'm going to do when I get up there. Now, you know, you always thinking that I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do my time. And I'm going to get this over with. But good intentions never last, especially when you touch down.
Yeah.
And you see what's going on in the penitentiary. You already know you're going to snap into survival mode because you got to. You can't go in there with the mindset that I'm going to be good and come on out of here and I'm going to go do what I got to do. No, because when you touch down and you see what you surrounded with, you got to make a quick decision that, listen, I'm going to have to do this time like this right here, or I'm not gonna make it out. So on my bus ride there, I was just thinking about, I want to do good. I want to get out. I want to go home. I don't want to go up here and I don't want to get in trouble. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I don't have no family, so how I'm gonna survive? I'm gonna have to go up here and hustle. But hustle what? I don't even know how it's going. So all this going through my head.
Stop right there. That when it get good. Oh yeah. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm finna ask her. Y'all already know. So, boom. You get in prison. You learn the ropes. You get what we call chain gang. Chain gang mean when you just know how to function in prison. Like, you know the ins and outs. Alright, you in prison. You done learned the ropes. And you just mentioned you had to learn how to survive. From that point, once you learned the economy inside your prison, what was your first hustle?
When I learned the economy inside the prison, my first hustle was an officer. You know, I was laid back one day and I was just on my bunk and I was checking out how everybody get down. The girl next to me, she had about 3-4 lockers, loan shark. So she was loan sharking and everything, and that's just basically she accumulating all this stuff. Somebody come to her, they don't have the money right then to go to the canteen, so they come to her, let me get a suit. Now when they get paid, you know you pay interest, and you got to, she can give me 1 suit, you got to give her 2 suits back. So I'm looking at her hustling, I'm like, I don't like that one. So then I'm looking at the girl next to me and she rolling marijuana and cigarettes and all this stuff and making hooch. So people bringing her all kind of stuff and all kind of money and they buying a little package for her. And I'm looking at her like, I don't like your hustle either. In my mind, I don't like yours either. So I'm sitting on the bed one day and this officer walked through. So I see this old school girl, man, this dominant girl. So she talking to the officer and everything. The officer like, you so crazy, you so crazy. I'm like, So the stud she talking to now, older stud about like 50. I'm like 17. The officer like 20-something.
Show no.
Yeah, so the officer just laughing and smiling, but I'm looking at this nigga like, she ain't got it.
So it was a dude?
No, it was a dominant stud.
I'm talking about the officer.
No, it was a female.
Oh, okay, okay. Let go.
Female. So I'm looking at the female and I'm like, So I'm looking at the girl, I'm looking at the female, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, what the hell she seeing her? She must be curious. Now, if I ain't know nothing else, I knew women, because I had been messing with women all my life. I'm like, she curious, man. She can't possibly see nothing in this cat. So I'm seeing her, go to the office station. She talking to the officer. So the little stud was coming back with like lip glosses and little things of cologne, selling it to the other little dominant girls, little samples. So I'm peeping that, and I say, I got a mouth full of gold at this time, a mouth full of gold. So I said, I got a mouth full of gold. I'm sexy as hell. I'm fine as hell. I think I'm going to snatch her.
No.
So I went
Snap that girl.
I went up to the office station the next day, and she working, right? So she ended up doing a little books, the law. Writing in the law. I say, I called a little stud over there. I say, hey man, I said, what you selling the cologne samples for? She say, I like your style, young blood. She said, I'll give it to you half price. So I got one, right? This is what I did with it, bro. I had a pen. The officer had a pen. I took the cologne, put it on my hand, did it like this right here. You got to sign out the medication in the log in prison to make sure you ain't stacking up and trying to OD. That's how they did it. So I went to the office station. I say, hey, can I get some Tylenol? She say, sure. So she pulled out the log, pulled out the Tylenol. She said, you got to sign right here. I said, let me hold your pen. I got the pen right, ran my hand up it, signed it right quick, and put it back on the desk.
Yeah, so when they pick that damn thing up, they smell that damn thing.
So she kept smelling me, because I had it on me and on my hands. She kept smelling me every time she was right. So she came to my bunk. She say, come here. So I came to her. She said, what you wearing? So I told her. And she, so she started eyeing me. Every day she was eyeing me. So every time she came to work, I'll make sure I took my shower and banged myself in that stuff, man. So I walk past like I'm going to the phone, the scent hitting her. Bah! She look up from writing. Like she already know that's tree. So then I started luring her in.
With that smell.
Yeah, well, she came to the bed one day and hit my bunk. I say, yo, what's up? She say, come here, Tree. Came in the office. She say, you got a girlfriend in here? I say, nah, I ain't trying to get down with none of these females. I say, I'm about that. And she said, okay. So we started talking and everything. So I asked her what's up with her and the older cat. She was like, oh, no, I feel sorry for her. Nobody don't do nothing for her. So, I just bring us little stuff. So she was real about it. So we started kicking it. Once we started kicking it and everything, about 2 weeks later, she came in and she had she called me to the bathroom and she showed me some lingerie. Came out of clothes, showed me some lingerie.
Let you see that damn thing.
So I looked at her, I say, man, what you want me to do with that? She was like, no, I'm just showing you. And I said, because I wasn't about to touch it. You go home every day to your niggas. I ain't getting down like that. So she said, oh, no, I just want to show you. She was fine now. I was in that mindset back then. She was fine. So you know what I'm saying? I fondled her a little bit. Got her head, got her mind wrapped up. So she started bringing me, she said, it was my birthday. She said, what you want? I said, I tell you, this what I want. I said, now, if it's going to put you in jeopardy, don't worry about it. I told her, I say, I want you to take about 5 water bottles and fill them all with absolute vodka. Just clear vodka, tequila, whatever you can get. Bring it to me. She put it in a lunch bag, brought it to me. So I started selling a water bottle of liquor for $500 a bottle. That's how I started hustling. And then once I got her, I knew I can get in the officer. A captain walked through one day. And this captain was mean, but she was sexy as I don't know what. And everybody was like, ooh, she's so sexy. I don't want to call her name because we still talk. Everybody like, ooh, she's so sexy. And I was like, who? So when I saw the captain come in, I was like, she is sexy. So listen, I was laying back on the bed, and every time she come in, I lock eyes with her. So she kept coming in the dorm like every day, man, just to lock eyes with me. After a while, I started talking to her outside. Before you know it, she started calling me in the office to clean her office. Then I got into a relationship with her and did hit her. I hit her. So when I hit her, she moved me. She didn't want me in the dorm no more because she know the dorm officer liked me. So she moved me. And I was like, nah, I don't want to move now. My dorm exciting. She was like, I don't want you riding that officer. I said, oh Lord, I shouldn't have hit you because you jealous. You go home every day and you jealous. You can't be like that. I said, no, I like my dorm. This where my hustle at. She was like, okay. So she put me back. So, you know, she started bringing me little stuff, and then people started coming to me to pay me to move their girlfriend in the dorm with her. So I was doing it.
Yeah.
I was sure doing it. That's right. So that's how I was hustling in prison.
Oh, boy, you had that. It sounded like you had that cha-cha effect in that damn thing. But see, that's a move I would have made. The cologne on the pen, like, that's something you strategize. You ain't just pop out with that one. Like, you like, that sound like, so you like, how can I? And that thing just,
you know, cause you want to do something different. You don't want to roll the way they roll. They gang was lame, man. See, I was suave. I always been smooth with what I do. Like, I'm the type, like, you know, even like this classification officer, she fell in love with me all behind the way I used to just take stuff from her. Like, say for instance, you hand me this. Like, other dominant girls, they want to act like they so dominant, so they want to be rough. I always did it like this.
No, hey, boy, she got that cha-cha shit going on. I ain't lying, boy.
I was so smooth with it. She used to always walk up to me, tell my Tree, you forgot this paper. So I had her hooked on the way I used to touch her and play, you know, just flirt around with her with my touch and everything. So it was just no ways I used to do things that I was just luring in the officers. I had a lot of officers on my team, so I ain't have to worry about all that crazy stuff. And that's why prison for me was kind of easy. Because I had captains and classification officers. I had all kind of people on my team. Officers, man. I had it going on like that, so it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard.
So you did all your time at one facility, or you got bounced around?
I got bounced around. Like, I started out at Lower Correctional Institution. Every time I got caught up with the officers, they'll ship me somewhere else. Then I get caught up with an officer there, they'll ship me somewhere else. But after a while, they ran out of places to ship me. So you got to send me back where you sent me before, and then I wind back up with them same officers because I don't never tell. You speculate and you lock me for investigation, but I never gave you nothing to fire your officer. You can only ship me, and I always took the punishment and saved them because I knew I'd come back.
Okay, so was there ever a point when you was in prison and then you like, okay, I'm in here, I got this bid, like how it was for me, I slipped blank the free world out because I know I got to ride. I got to do these 15. Ain't no need to lusting about the free world, and I know I ain't finna see the damn thing for a minute. So at what point did you just lock in, like, man, I'm in here, fuck it?
I never locked in.
You ain't never lock in.
That's why I ain't lose my mind.
See what I'm saying is, what I mean by lock in, like, okay.
Adjust to it.
Like adjusting.
I never adjusted.
Okay.
That's how I made it. I never adjusted. Every day that I got up, my mind was, I'm free.
Okay.
And then I never really dressed like the inmates should dress. Like, I had Sean John wife beaters, Sean John boxers. I had polo shirts.
Well, I think we got the female cha-cha in the damn thing,
I had free world clothes. So I never locked in. I had two friends that I was we rolled together sometime, and they locked in. They was adjusted, and they used to be like, hey man, they was complaining. They was so miserable, bro. But they was like, man, how you walk around here all this time but I never told them. That I ain't locked in. I never adjusted to none of them officers was saying to me. Now, I did what they asked me. I put my tag on. I tucked my shirt in. But every time I was walking the runway. Every time I was going to the child hall, I was going to Red Lobster. I never, ever let my mind come into that place.
Fire. Well, I ain't gonna lie. It was times, you know, up until the time I found myself, I kind of was Johnny out for a second, but I had to shake back, like, because I had done got so engrossed in it to, like I say, I had done blocked the free world out, but upon my awakening of finding myself, and then I started seeing, as I got older, I started seeing the world in a different light, you know what I'm saying? Because I always kept a cell phone so I could stay in tune with the world, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, when cell phone hit the system, I had to keep me one, and that's just pretty much how I stayed locked in tune somewhat with the world, you feel me? Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. Alright, the people around you, what type of, you know what I'm saying, when you first got in your dorm and you seen, okay, I'm in prison, this what I've been hearing about, this what's going on, what you thought about, like, how the people were rocking initially going inside the facility?
Well, when I first got in, everybody was making noise and this and that. I just didn't understand why, you know, they was running around, girlfriends and this and that, and they was having fun. So I'm just looking like, my initial response was not having fun up in here. You know, I was just looking around like, dang, man, how they all right with this right here? I want to be out there with the women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't understand how and I want to wear my own clothes. You know, when they gave me that blue uniform, I wasn't with it. But then I started just making the best of it. And the people around me, you know, like at first everybody was trying to gravitate toward me, but I was trying to figure out, nah, what's your motive? Because you don't know me like that. But then as I kept observing, I was like, man, they messy, because this girl was coming talking about this girl. She was eyeing her girlfriend, and they supposed to be brothers, prison brothers.
Yeah.
And she smoking with her girlfriend, and they looking at each other intent and talking and behind each other back. So I was like, these niggas snakes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they
this
talk
a
about each
snake
other, they
pen.
talk about you.
Right. So
Yeah.
I realized just straight up that these are snakes. These women are in here and they just have conformed to this system, and they snake, they treacherous, and they no earthly good. So I ain't want no parts with them, man. I always roll by myself. Any officer tell you I was set apart. I couldn't do it. I couldn't lock in with them. I just couldn't do it, man.
Okay. Prison currency, like what was some of the prices like for maybe cigarettes, joint of weed, or phone? What y'all prices? Cause you saying they was paying $500 for
About Zephyr Hill bottle, water
Yeah.
bottle of liquor. Now,
Yeah.
if I had the original bottle, that's $1,000. For a cigarette, a pack of cigarettes is $100.
Yeah.
One stick, just one stick, is $10. If I take some out, well, not me. If they take some out and they roll it in that rolling,
That blue steel.
that's $3 one stick.
Yeah.
A lipstick from Dollar Tree, about 50 cents in Dollar Tree, is $10 in there. A sample bottle of perfume, $15 in there. A bar of soap, because they don't have Irish Spring and Dove and all that. So if somebody happen to get that in, that's like $10 for a bar of soap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little steep in there, man.
Yeah. Okay. So you had your hairdressers in there. You had the female hustling doing hair now.
Yeah, you had the females that knew how to braid hair, and they don't charge you that much. The good braiders will charge you about $5. The other ones, you know, they about $3. You know, these was girls that really didn't get nothing. Now the ones that did get money and they knew how to do hair, they gon' charge you now, because they know how to do hair, and plus they don't need to do hair to survive, so they gonna charge you for their time.
Okay. So, you know, in the prison system I was in, you know, they really went. Well, the facilities I've been to, because I was at level 5 prison most of my bid, and the educational part of it, like as far as rehabilitating yourself and getting in classes, they really wasn't just on that. You know what I'm saying? How was it in the system you was in?
Well, first of all, if you had a long stint, there was no education. If you had long time, like if you had 25 years or more, about 15 years or more, you're not getting in that educational program. They don't even have time for you. Now juveniles, 20 years and under, it was mandatory. No matter how much time they had, whether they had a life sentence, it was mandatory. They had to go to school. Now with me being sentenced as an adult, I was never sentenced as a YO. So at first they wouldn't even let me go to school. They would not let me in no educational programs. The reason why I got in the educational program is because the classification officer fell in love with me when I was 17.
No.
And she put me in school. So that's how I got in school.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What was one of your? Give me one of your happiest times and one of your lowest times.
One of my happiest times in there, I think, when I actually went to church one day and I saw this red lady. She was a nice looking minister of the gospel. She was coming in there to do ministry, and I said to my friend, I said, I'm finna go to church tonight. So I went and got dressed GQ, man.
Lit.
Yeah, and then walked up in the church. I said, I don't know what made me say this. I say, I'm gonna get her number.
Yeah.
I was full of hell, man. And my friend was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm gonna get her number. Man, I walked up there, and the lady did, she was preaching her heart out. I was feeling it. And I felt God just moving. So I felt the feeling I never felt before. My heart was leaping. Like there was a joy in my heart that the world could never give me. And that's what was my happiest time ever in my life. Because this joy that I had in my heart right then when that lady was preaching, the world couldn't give it to me, man. It was something I never felt. So that was my happiest moment. But when she did altar call, I went up. I still had the joy in my heart, but I still had hell in my flesh. So I went up and I looked at her like this right here. And I checked her out. The lady was so full of the spirit, she reached out and touched my stomach, and I floated to the ground. And it's like a peace came over me, a breaking came over me, a shaking came over me. And man, let me tell you something, that glory was on me for 2 months straight. And then the saddest moment of my life, the most downest moment of my life is when the glory lifted. And I'm honest, that was the happiest moment, and it's when the glory lifted, and I realized that there was more to my journey in salvation and with Christ than what I felt that day. I didn't realize that I wasn't going to always feel the glory, that I was going to have to learn to walk by faith, and things started getting real hard for me, man. I started having to not feeling the same about certain things that I was doing. I was messing with this little officer, but after that touch from God, it's like it became hard. Like when I went to go like touch her and do what I usually do, it was like my hand would freeze up. I didn't have it no more. And that became hard for me even in the prison, because I started losing my touch as far as how I operated. I couldn't do it no more. So when I was like, get a captain in the eye, like I couldn't do it no more, because God started breaking it. And it's like, and I told God, I said, I'm miserable. Like, I don't understand this path you have me on. I say I'm miserable because I was used to doing that thing my way and I had it easy, but God was calling me on another path, and that thing started getting hard.
Okay then. Going on to the next thing. Your administration. I can't see how many people now. How many people? Oh, it's 100. Y'all get them likes up in this damn thing. Boy, we in here. What going on? Hold on, let me pause for the calls. Who in this damn thing? Oh, they got everybody in here. What's up, Global Gang, man? Y'all in here tonight, man. But yeah, okay. So, moving right along, what would you say, how old were you when you felt this significant change, like when you start finding yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you went in there as a teenager, juvenile. What age you was at when you were like, okay, you done came into yourself, like you know what really going on with you?
All I have to say, I was around about 30, say. Yeah, I started tapping into who I really am, I was looking around me one day, and this after my second time, and I was just sitting there after I had gotten arrested, and I was looking around me, and I was seeing all the people that I used to hang out with, and everybody started looking foreign, and the stuff that they was doing, it just wasn't me no more. And that's when I realized, I say, okay, I started actually paying attention to me, and I realized that, God had his hand on me. I was surrendering. I was slowly surrendering. And I was like, okay, I know when we come to prison, we project ourselves in a certain manner in order to survive where we at, right? Yeah. In other words, I've seen girls come in that's gay for the state, but they're really not gay. I've seen dominant girls come in. I've seen girls come in that act like they dominant to get the women so they can get taken care of. But at home, they got 4 or 5 children, but they ain't saying that. They ain't saying they got a dude on the side, right? But they coming in acting like they're a little boy and got the little boy swag so they can pull the female because she's vulnerable, and the little female gonna take care of them because she want a little stud, right?
Yeah.
So cool. I'm looking. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, now I'm searching within myself and I'm like, Lord, who am I? Am I doing this in this atmosphere, because this is an atmosphere
Yeah.
where it brings out this type of stuff because you want to survive.
Yeah.
But then I'm realizing, no, I was doing this on the street. So then when God, I just start feeling God just changing me, I still start seeing the tomboy mannerisms on me. Like I still have tomboy mannerisms. A lot of this stuff God has not broken off me. But my inward man is changed.
Yeah.
My inward man, if you can see my inward man, you'll be like, that's a beautiful woman there. She's a feminine woman. But my outward man is still corrupt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm realizing, okay, Lord, this is who I am. I have manly mannerism, tomboy mannerism, but inside me, I'm nothing what you see outside of me. And that's when I realized this is who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just who I am.
Okay then. So, boom. You ever get into any fights,
Yeah, I had my first fight was about 2 weeks into the prison system. When I walked on the compound, people be having animosity with you and you don't even know it. And this girl was beefing with me about a girlfriend because, again, I had a mouth full of gold, so a lot of women were attracted to me. I get on the compound and I didn't know that this girl was trying to break up with her girlfriend. The girlfriend, the dominant girl, the butch girl, was a big bald head girl that kind of shook the compound. People were scared of her. I didn't know her from Adam to Eve. But she had this little girlfriend with a lot of money. I didn't know that the girl was trying to break up with her because she laid eyes on me and had a little crush on me.
Seen that girl.
Right. And I didn't even know. I hadn't even never seen her.
Yeah.
So I didn't know she was going through this. So the butch called one of her other butch friends that looked like a man, and it was determined to mess me up. I'm walking down the compound by the chapel. And all of a sudden, I'm talking to my friend from St. Petersburg. I see something come out my peripheral. I didn't even turn my face to see what was coming at me. I did this. I did my hand like this. And when I did this, I came in contact with her hand just as she was about to hit me in the face with a brick.
Damn.
And the brick fell out her hand. And when I realized what was going on, I just turned around. She was a little bit tall, got on my tippy toes, and I just stopped putting them things on her. When I started fighting her, she fell to the ground because I was sticking her in that one spot, right there in her temple. She fell. She didn't have no hair, so I took her shirt, did it around her neck, grabbed and just started hitting her.
Yeah.
Her face had bust open real bad. Her blood was all over me. She was trying to go in her little belt because they say she'll cut her. When I saw her hand trying to go in the belt, but she didn't have the strength because I was putting it on her, I gave her that uppercut. And that was it. She limped out. Then I walked to my dorm and I had blood all over me. And the captain came. And everybody in the dorm like, girl, what happened to you? And I said, nothing. I changed my clothes and put on another shirt.
Yeah.
Can't try to come back outside like I ain't, I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Captain was over there. They was over there getting her on the stretcher. And the captain said to me, Captain Johnson, I never forget, Tree, come here. She had a deep voice. And I looked and I said, yes, ma'am. She said, come here right now.
Yeah.
And I came to her. She said, don't you lie to me. Did you do this? And I couldn't lie to her. She sounded like she was my mama or something. I said, and I was young. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, what happened? I said, she hit me first. I said, nah, she hit me first. I ain't start this. So everybody wrote the request and everything. She told me, come on, I'm going to put you in jail. And so I was like, okay. She said, don't worry. She coming too. As soon as she wake up. So she put us in jail and gave us 15 days.
Yeah.
And then I got out and everybody just respected me. They ain't come for me.
Oh yeah, okay then. So yeah, I be telling the subscribers on my channel, like, I bet at that point after you stood on business and people see that, did more people try you more or try you less?
Oh, they tried me less, man. Everybody was trying to be okay with me. The girl that was supposed to jump in the fight when it happened, her friend that was standing beside her, when I had to hit her and she went limped, I looked at the friend's side because I was ready to go ahead on and do her too.
Yeah.
And she took off running.
Okay.
So when I got out, they was like, Tree, man, what's up? But, y'all was just shook because y'all thought I was something to play with. But nah, they ain't come for me. Everybody respected me, and nobody else came for me. And I ain't really had that many fights until you go to another institution and they don't know you like that.
Yeah.
So I had that little innocent face, and I always smiled. So you go to another institution and somebody else gonna try you. So one girl, she had she came in the dorm, and I don't know what she was on, but she was like, yeah, these niggas, I ain't think they try me about my old lady, and I don't know what she was saying, so I was just like, ooh, gonna be a fight up in here, so I laid back on the bed, like, ready to get entertained.
Yeah.
So she pacing by my locker.
No.
Like, kicking my locker and stuff, like, these niggas, so I'm thinking she just kicking my locker, expressing herself. I ain't know she have a problem with me.
Yeah.
Because her old lady digging on me. And your girl ain't even my type, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking like, I know she ain't talking about this little crackhead.
No.
On her. But yeah, she was mad or something. But a girl was digging on me and I didn't know it. I just got shipped to the institution.
Yeah.
So she was kicking my lock and I was like, okay, this nigga mad, man. She just expressing herself. So I'm laying on the bed. I'm like, oh, she didn't take somebody's head off. This is what I'm saying. So I'm looking. And then they was like, they call her Pee-wee. Man, who you talking to, bro? Who is you talking to? And she mess around and say, it's that nigga Tree.
No.
Nigga Tree. And I said, oh, shit, I didn't even know I was in a fight. I jumped down off the bed. I said, well, let's get it.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to argue with you. Let's get it. So I was like, okay, Lord, I always talk to God. I say, God, now, I got to make an example, man. I said, I don't know how this girl fight, Lord. Now, you come on now. Let's do it.
Yeah, don't let me go out bad.
Yeah, don't let me go out bad. So you got to keep it real. That's in any fight. Now, you don't know how that thing going to turn out. Yeah. So I go in the day room, and I'm like, okay, let me go and boot up, because I ain't never finna back down, right? So I'm standing in the day room, and she come, and man, that girl got the heart to swing on me.
Yeah.
That girl swung on me.
Oh, she popped off.
Yes, she did. She came and she swung her little lick. She ain't touch me. She ain't get me, but dang, she swung. And I went back like this and came back.
Yeah.
And this just what I did. I say, and turned around and grabbed her like this. I don't know how I did it, but I went like this and slammed her. When I slammed her face bust. And I had my knee like this in her back, and she had dreads. I just grabbed her dreads.
Bow, man, worst way.
And the police, she told me, little young girl was in there. She was so scared to break it up. She said, girl, I didn't know what to do. She called the boys. The boys came in, and they said to me, Bryson, get off her now for our nation. I did like this and got up. And they put my hand, they put me in cuffs and pushed me against the wall. And I remember the captain, Bradshaw, say, don't roughhouse her. Because she got up when you said it. Do not roughhouse her. And she said, matter of fact, I'll take her and y'all get her. And the girl was laying on the floor in the puddle of blood doing like this. And she started sieging, man. I said, oh, Lord, I'm finna get charged. So I was talking to Captain Bradshaw. She was a lady. I said, Captain Bradshaw, man, listen, man, pull the camera. She said, the cameras don't work. I can't pull them. I said, man, I ain't started, man. I promise I ain't started this. And I said, man, listen, I was just fighting for my life. I ain't know whether she was going to take me out. I was going to take her out. I said, man, I don't know her like that. And then the dorm came forth and say she ain't started, Sarge. Pee-wee came in here with that. And I went, she say, Captain Bradshaw say, I'm going to just put your investigation for 7 days and I'm going to let you out. I ain't going to write you.
Oh, you wet.
And I said, thank you. So she did.
You wet. Okay, so now let me ask you this. Because I tell a lot of stories about me being in the hole. So did y'all fish in the hole? Like, you got your string and you throw it out the flap?
Rip up our sheet, make a long, tie it together, make a long thing. We put a bar of soap at the end.
Yeah, or the toothpaste. Yeah, slide that damn thing.
And then they tied in there, we reel it back up. Man, we had it so bad, we'll be upstairs and drop the
fish
thing
to the
down.
bottom, yeah. Let that damn thing hit the floor. They throw theirs out there, catch you,
catch it and put it back in.
Yeah.
Put everything we need, tie it there. They'll keep the bar of soap and tie whatever you want, and we pull it back up.
Yeah, when they ready, they holler out, pull!
And the stool. Did y'all do the stool?
Nah, we didn't do the stool.
Man, you empty out, I
heard about it, but I never did it.
You got to clean all the water out the stool. So we take the bleach, we clean the stool real good. Especially if we've been in that room for a while and it's just us. And you know the metal stools, so they flush hard, a lot of pressure.
Yeah. You can flush somebody down there.
Right. You can commit that, you put that sheet and pour yourself and die down there too. So we clean it real good. Then, we take all the water out, pour it in the sink. You know, that's connected. We get it all empty. Once you get it out, you take that rag and get all the water out. And from downstairs to upstairs, the 2 rooms beside you, the 2 rooms beside one upstairs, you talk just like me and you sit there.
Fire.
Can't nobody.
See, it was like that for me in the county jail. It was like that in the hole when I was in the county, but in prison, we just, if a nigga need to talk, you got the vents at the back wall,
Right.
nigga just talk through the vent,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
go to the back one.
But that
or
was
something
only in
like that.
confinement,
Mhm.
in the confinement bathrooms.
Mhm.
Like I used to always tell them, I say, Tree, man, you ain't got no they ain't missing give you your alcohol down there. I say, nah, but I charge y'all $100 for 30 minutes of this cell phone. And yeah, I used to shoot the cell phone up there to them because I kept my cell phone. Every time they came for me, you remember the lights in confinement, them long lights?
Yeah.
I knew how to take the light
Unscrew
out.
that damn thing.
Put my
that,
phone back.
Yeah, that little plate that's in there. You gotta put it behind the
Put it
plate.
behind the-
Man, come on, man.
I hide it back
Yeah.
there. And man, one day I put
Yeah.
that phone back there, they came and moved me.
Oh, and your shit still in there.
I
Oh.
cloud. I showed them. I say I ain't going. They tell my Tree, if you don't pack your stuff and get out this room, we gonna bring the boys. I say, and then they stand into the door.
Oh, you can't even get right.
But listen, I say, okay, bump it. I'm gonna go ahead and move. Man, they had done put a suicide girl in there, suicide watch. I was so mad. I said, let me talk to the captain. They bought the captain in there, and the captain liked me. I went and told him. I said, listen, my phone up there, I can't call you tonight. She talking about your phone well. I say, in that room. How about she got on that radio? She say, y'all take this girl to medical crisis and put Tree back in her room and put me right back in there. That's right, man.
5. But hey, boy, it sound like you did a lot of your time like me,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. Mess with all.
My MO, like I tell them, you got your different lanes in there. You got the lane of people who just gonna drink coffee and watch the news all day. You got the people who play dominoes and card games all day. You got the people into the sports.
Right.
You got people who just on the fuckery, they looking for a fight. And you got the people like, hey, I'm finna connect these officers and get me some fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, that's the lane I was in.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
in my mind, I'm not in the free world, so I got to do what it takes to try to get something up out of them that comes from the free world.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, I know you got some story where you done pulled up and hit them damn girl with it.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
I was sudden else. I really didn't like inmates. That wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
I ain't even roll with them. I ain't even have a caliber because nobody. It wasn't smooth enough. I had 2 dominant girls that like I ball with them and everything, but they tried to hang with me with them like, man, they ain't have it. Because you know what I'm saying? I dressed a certain type of way. I smelled a certain type of way. And I used to always tell one, I say, man, wipe your face, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, they ain't had them frosted flakes in their eyes.
Like,
so we call it rolling out. Like when they call child, they don't even hit their mouth or nothing.
Right.
They just roll out.
Just roll out.
No.
Like, nah, man. So then when I used to, the officers be standing in the door. I don't know if y'all officers do this, but our officers standing in the door as we walking in. I'm always cologne down. So when I walk in, I was managed. You got the little female standing there. I used to always walk by and do that.
Yeah.
And
See, I'm going to tell you, like, when you say the cologne thing, I told a story about my mama sent me some pajamas before they stopped you from getting packages from home. My mama sent me some pajamas. And she got some cologne and she sprayed the whole.
Sir.
So even when I got them pajamas washed, they still smell like cologne. So yeah. And every time they come for count time, I thought I might have them on for 5 minutes. When they walk out, I take it back all yeah. But as soon as I see something I like come through that damn thing, boy, I got I got that shit on.
Yeah, for real.
And they be like, boy, they main thing, we want to be female bring you the cologne. And I'm like, man, nah, man, my mama sent me this, man. Ain't no female brought me nothing.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Y'all had boxes. You was back in them days with boxes? Cause we got boxes too. Like when they get our stuff from
but
home.
you know, niggas like me messed that up. Niggas did that packy that pipe.
Yep.
Oh, y'all got to have that pipe.
What about that when you we can get that lotion and they used to put that cologne inside the lotion.
Yeah.
That's how I kept my one day this officer sent me a ball of cocaine, a ball. I ain't never in my life did no drugs or alcohol. I ain't know what to do with no drugs. I knew to sell the alcohol, but I ain't know what to do with that. I ain't even. I looked at that thing. I called that girl on that cell phone. I said, she sent it in a Cheeto can, and she said the officer that bought it to me was down with her. She didn't come to work that day. She sent it by an officer in a Cheeto can. When I opened it, it would have a lot of perfumes, a lot of cologne samples, and that inside a plastic bag like this.
Mm.
I got on that cell phone because she was on vacation. I said, girl, what's this? She was like, that's cocaine. Hustle it. You'll make thousands of dollars. I said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know nothing about this type of stuff. So it was an Indian girl. And she came to me. She said, Tree, you ain't got no more alcohol? I said, nah, I ain't got no alcohol. You don't smoke? She was like, hell yeah, you got it. So I ain't want to let her know I was green. So I'm sitting around talking, listening to her, trying to see what is what. I said, what you smoke? She was like, man, I said, ooh, I can, girl, something she was saying. So I was like, bumping, man. I said, hey, what you'll give me for a ball? She was like, I ain't even got that much money. So I was like, okay, this is a lot of money
Yeah.
So then I broke it down and I had a little piece. I said, what you give me for that? She was like, all I got in my account right now is $2,500. She said, I can give you $2,500 for it. I said, give me $2,500.
Yeah.
She sent it to me. So I was like, okay. So I started breaking it down like this. And when they wanted, I say, I used to go to the Indian. Ain't nobody else had no money like that. But the Indians and some of the white girls. And they snorted. I say, hey, my name got out there with that cocaine thing. I say, hey, I got this right here, but $2,500. They was like, okay, and they started getting it to me.
So how was y'all currency? Like Western Union? Like how did y'all?
Okay, well, we was Western Union.
Yeah.
If not Western Union, they would get visitation and bring in the cash and I give it to the officer.
Yeah.
I bought this officer a Mercedes right from prison.
Fine.
But just giving her the money. She was like, I'll put it back in your account. I said, no, I'm good because I'm making money right here. I'm good.
See, when I was going to visit my mom when she was in prison, we were dropping off the pike and I ain't even know it. Her husband, when we pull up, it used to be this white lady already out there in the parking lot. And she used to come to the car soon and we pull up and like, you got that for her? And he'll get her cards and cigarettes and shit. But I was a kid. I ain't know what was going on till I got to prison. I'm like, damn, I've been part of the pipe. See, they what? Didn't even know it.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? This the weird thing. I get to Washington State Prison. Washington State Prison used to be a woman's prison. So when I get there, it was the female officer. She worked in the barbershop and she just kept looking at me. So I was like, what's up, Shadow? What's going on? You might like what you see or something. What's going on, baby? She tells me, no, boy, you just look like somebody I know. So I was like, who you know? She said, just the female that used to be locked up here. I was like, who? She said, and I said, man, that's my mama. She said, boy, damn sure is, boy. So she started telling me about my mama. So when I finally got to her phone, I called my mama. I was like, hey, I'm at Washington State Prison. She was like, you at Washington? And I'm like, yeah. So I tell her about the officer that said, she was like, yeah, that was my girl. So she was like, what dorm you in? I said, I'm in F building. She said, what side? I said, F1. She said, nigga, what room you in? I said, I'm in room 14. She said, oh shit. I said, what's going on? She said, no room, ain't no way you in that room. I said, yeah, I'm in there. She said, you lying. I said, Mama, I'm in the room. Why is you saying that? She said, because that's the room I was in.
Oh, wow.
I said, Mama, you capping. She said, nigga, jump off your bed and look in the vent. It's a hole back there where I used to keep out because my mama used to wear a lot of jewelry and shit. Man, I jump out of bed and look under the vent. It's a hole right there. I said, damn. She said, nigga, ain't no way you at the same prison I was in the same room. That was crazy. But yeah,
crazy.
Okay, so after doing them 27 years, that last week you were locked up. How that week went when you just know, okay, did they right here? Oh, it.
Yeah. So now when it came down to that, you know, I don't know if y'all this the way y'all do it, but we have to take that EOS picture. And it don't hit you until they put you on the call out for the property room to take that EOS picture. Once they put you on there, you know it's over. So I went and I saw my name on the call out. I said, it's finally over. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh Lord. Now this the first bid. I'm like, dang, I don't know what the hell I'm finna do with myself because first of all, I'm finna go back where I came from, which is St. Petersburg. I don't have the support that I need. I already feel like I'm not gonna make it because I was fending for myself the first time. So I'm sitting there like, oh Lord. So I'm talking to the chaplain and I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do it out here because the prison haven't given us no resources. Nothing to help us I have not rehabilitated. They haven't given me any type of resources, nothing to help me out. And I just don't know what to do. So I'm sitting on the bed and I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to just go on out here and I'm going to just hit me a couple houses and come up and probably steal me a car and go to Tampa or somewhere and just hit some few houses and come up. That's my mindset, because I ain't yet changed yet. And that's what I did. I just...
After the 27?
No, that the first...
Oh, you said the first, okay.
That was the first bid. So I just went out there, and less than a couple months, I'm right back. That's what I went out there and did, because I knew I didn't have what it takes. I didn't have it. Like, I didn't have the support. My family was doing their thing. They was the biggest dealers in St. Pete. So what was I gonna do? I ain't had no support. So I had to go back into that same environment, you know. So I just did what I had to do. And then I got locked up again. This time, God was still working on me. I had done gave my life to God before I left, but I was still going through what I had to go through. He was still having to break it. So when I got locked up the second time, I was sitting in the county jail, and that was the hardest time I ever did then. The first time, I did it with my mind on the free world. That second bid was the hardest bid I ever did. I sat in the county jail, and the man came and said, "You facing 40 years. He didn't say life this time. He said 40 years. I said, I was so numb. Charlie, I was so numb. I said, 40 years. I said, we back at this. Another public defender, he was like, 40 years. I say, how? And I said, never mind. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I laid on my bed, and I remember, I say, Lord, you've been in my life, all my life. I say, man, I can't do this no more. I say, whatever you want to do, I surrender. I started crying in the room, laying on the bed. All right, my court date came. I didn't know what they was going to give me. All I know is I was going to do a long time this second time again. I'm standing in front of the judge, and a part of me defeated, but a part of me at peace with whatever God want to do. The man hit the gavel and told me 7 years. When he said 7 years, I said, 7 years, okay. So 7 in spiritual is completion. I said, okay. This time when I went up the road, when I got in the back of that van, I sat down and I looked out the back gate and I said, I'm not coming back here. And God said, look at it. This your last time seeing St. Petersburg. He said, I'm going to do a new thing in your life. And I heard it clear. And I looked at it, and he said, now turn around and don't you look back, because you ain't going back there. And I turned around, and my whole trip was looking at the rear view, at the front. I kept looking at the front, and I ain't looked back. When I got to prison this time, I purpose in my mind, I say, I'm going to do this time, Lord, and I'm going to do it your way, no matter how hard it gets. It was hard because I couldn't hustle the way I wanted to, and I didn't have nobody taking care of me. So I had so many opportunities to do what I used to do. There was still people there that I had known that I was in relationships with the first time that was captains now, majors now. And they saw me, and they was, you know, they was coming and they was talking to me, and I was like, dang. But I stood fast, and I stayed committed to what I promised God. I said, you get me through this. You change me, I won't look back. I started going to church all the time. I got up under this chaplain Smith, and he preached so good, things just started falling off me. When God started doing that work in me, you know, I just started doing what the officers told me to do. I wasn't giving them no more problems, and I wasn't giving them problems then, but I was just doing what I was supposed to do. That's when my mind started shifting. It had nothing to do with prison, because prison, to me, don't really rehabilitate, and prison don't change nobody. The Bible say the devil gonna be chained up 1,000 years, but when he's released, he's still gonna be the devil. So being chained up, being locked up don't change nobody. God had to change me. God shifted me. I stayed in my word. I kept reading. I kept praying. One day I had graduated a computer class, and that's when I met my best friend Gigi and Gomez. We did that bid together, and I helped change her life. But her mom came to see her graduate. When her mom came to see her graduate, because Jen had been getting in trouble, and her mom really didn't like the friend she hung with, but her mama didn't know I was Jen's best friend. She just saw me and said, "Who is that girl?" Jen say, "Why you ask that? That's my best friend." She just ain't tell her mama. Her mama say, "Tell her to come in." I walked over to her and I say, "Yes, ma'am." She say, "There's something about you. When you leave here, where you going?" I say, "I don't know." She say, "If you willing to relocate, I'll help you. And willing to relocate to Jacksonville, I'll help you." I did it. I was getting out now in 90 days. So she brought me to an extended stay like this, paid it up for a year, and my life took off.
Fire.
I have not looked back. I've been prospering. I'm saved. I have not gone back. I don't mess with women. I'm focused. I'm steadfast, unmovable, abounded in the work of the Lord. I preach conferences. I preach anywhere that my spiritual mother take me. I'm a preacher.
Fire.
I have not looked back.
Fire. Okay. That what's up, man. Like, okay, as far as you within yourself, what would you say the biggest change you made, you know what I'm saying, after, you know what I'm saying, during that time, you know, what change you would say was the biggest change you made within yourself?
I think the biggest change I made within myself is when I stopped trying to do things my way and actually just surrendered to the way that God wanted me to do things, because I was still trying to fend for myself, still trying to strategize how I'm going to do this and take care of myself and make my life what only God can make it. And so my biggest change came when I realized that, you know what, God, you called me to this. You are the one that brought me to this race. So God, I'm going to have to hold on to your hand to help me to finish this race. So the biggest change came for me, your battery low, is when I just went head on and surrendered and said, you know what, Lord, it is what it is. I'm going to trust you. And when I said I'm going to trust you, everything shifted. So when when the lines was blurred for me and I couldn't see my way and my vision was distorted, I just whispered, God, I trust you. And when I began to say, God, I trust you, when I got in tight places, I say, Lord, I trust you. And every time I say that, it seemed like I can peek through muddy water and see dry land every time. So that when my change came, and when I started seeing it, God just working it, I just relaxed, let go, and just said, whatever come my way, it come my way, but I got to trust God through it, because he calls all things to work together for the good of those who love him and is called according to his purpose. When I let go, that's when the change just came over me. Now I'm at peace.
Okay then. Yeah, we finna get ready to wrap this thing up, but what's the message? Because you got a lot of the youth out there being influenced by the wrong things, you know what I'm saying? The perception that they're being given, you know what I'm saying, is really crazy. And then they're limited to resources to a certain extent. But what message would you give a youth as far as staying out of trouble and not going to prison?
Well, I like to say the same thing I always say. You got to respect that one time, because sometimes you think that you can do something one time and you're going to get away with it. But I always revert back to the word of God. Can a man take fire into his bosom and his clothes not be burned? You got to be careful of that one time. It don't take but one time to get pregnant, one time to lose your life, one time to mess up your life. So you got to be careful of the peer pressure of saying, we just going to do it one time and we ain't going to do it no more. Let's just break in the house one time. Let's just do this one time and come up. So you got to put a little bit respect on that one time, because it's that one time that caused the whole trajectory of your mindset in your life to shift for either the good or for the bad. So respect that one time. I don't care how hard that pressure is with people telling you, man, we gonna do it one time and we ain't gonna do it no more. Nah, man, because it don't take but one time to mess up your life.
Facts.
One time.
Fact, man. Y'all take heed to that, man, for my young guys out there. Man, y'all just got it from the female perspective, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to come see what's going on. I wanted to know, too. And like, what they be doing, how they be, So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Go on, give them your social medias again, where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me on TikTok at Trees Walk. It's just put in Trees Walk. And then I also have my second channel is Trees Walk 2. That's just the backup page. Now on YouTube, it's just Trees Walk again. So it's always just Trees Walk.
That tree walking.
Tree walking.
You ever seen a tree walk?
This one. Yeah, this one.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in to this interview, man. You know what I'm saying? Follow her on her socials, man. Get in with her. She got a message and a story to tell. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm finna get up out this thing, man. I appreciate you coming through, man, to the Global Gang, man. Welcome. Anytime you want to pull up with any damn thing, you can pull up. We play. Y'all stay out of trouble. Oh, yeah, boy. Hey, tell them that. Hey, where you want to go?
That ain't where you want to go, man.
Hey, where you want to
Tell
go?
you. You know, I mean, just because we had it easy, you know, and we kind of maneuvered and navigated through it and finessed it, don't mean that everybody got it to do like that, because the officers in the game in the prison is forever changing. See, we may have did our time like that, but don't mean that you going to do your time like that.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of brain power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you breaching security. So
Exactly.
you got to, so everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I ain't glorifying prison. No way, form, or fashion. I just tell y'all how I did my time in that thing. Because in my mind, I'm on it like you. I ain't in chain gang. I'm in Bermuda.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto. Yeah, I used to tell them female when I pull up at the booth, be like, hey, yeah, what's up, man? Pull up at the penthouse suite, baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, boy. They be like, penthouse? You ain't got no damn penthouse. Yeah, I do. Come look at this motherfucker. Yeah, I got that for real.
For sure.
But yeah, man, y'all stay out of trouble, man. Hey, man, y'all share this live when it posts, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned, because Cha-Cha will be back once again with another one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm finna get up out that thing, man. I'll be going live once again a little later, so y'all be on standby, man. I'll be bite, not back. Bite. I'll be bite. I swear I'll be bite.